Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy with Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we are here to give you some podcasting on a Tuesday. Find us everywhere you get podcasts. Someone was just asking me today at Harris Teeter, the lady that made my sandwich, about my tattoos. And she said, what are those tattoos? And I said, this one is Game Theory, the TV show that I wrote for. And she was like, oh, you wrote for a TV show? I was like, for a couple of years. She was like, that's what you do? I was like, no, I'm a podcaster. And I was like, that's what this one's for. It's for the podcast I do with my wife, the Black Guy with Tips. And she said, where can I find it? I was like, everywhere you find a podcast, just put it in the Black Guy with Tips. I didn't have a card on me, so hopefully she'll remember. She might be listening to this right now, and I just want to tell her she made an excellent sandwich. That turkey on wheat,
Wouldn't it flames?
she did that. You put your whole foot in that, man.
That sounds delicious.
The official weapon of the show is
Folding chair.
And an unofficial sport,
Bullet ball.
a bullet ball extreme. All right. I don't even know where to start. This might be a little more loosey goosey of an episode, cause there's all kinds of stuff to talk about. So I guess we'll start with this. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Banter. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
I do.
That's right. It is banter time.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I don't know what all we'll get into segment wise. We may have to AI some commercials in here.
Yeah.
But I think the place I know where I want to start. I don't know where you want to start.
Go ahead.
But we went to the Charlotte Hornets game last night.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
And we have a segment on the Balls Deep podcast.
Yes, we do.
Behind the paywall. And it's called These Niggas Fighting.
That's the segment.
And last night we kind of got to witness that
in person.
We didn't plan on it. He got,
girl, let me get my purse. They about to brawl up in here.
It got a little something in there.
Yeah, it did.
So for those that don't know, Charlotte is on our longest win streak in like almost 20 years. We were at 9 games, trying to get to 10, which I think would have been matched our longest streak of all time. And on this 10th game, we were going to play against Detroit in Charlotte at home game. And Detroit is the number 1 team in the East, best record, and that team is a beast. I love watching Detroit. They're such a good team. Cade Cunningham is the real deal. I used to kind of hate on him back in the day, just because people had matched them up against him. LaMelo was a big debate about who was better and all this stuff, and I was, of course, Team LaMelo. But I mean, you got to give it to Cade Cunningham. He's a MVP candidate. Like he became everything that people thought he would be. Damn near got a triple-double last night.
Yes, he did. He was balling.
And every time I see him, like, he balls. Like, it's sometimes, like, we beat them before. We beat them last year, I think, on a Brandon Miller tip-in, or maybe 2 years ago, but before everybody got hurt. But, so Detroit is, a monster team. And so everybody was ready for this matchup. And the Hornets are really in it to prove, like, hey, we belong. We're wiping off the stigma of a losing franchise.
Yes.
And a joke of a team, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And everyone's healthy.
And that's the biggest part. Everybody being healthy. Because when people talk about the Hornets, a lot of times I'm like, but everybody wasn't healthy. It was a bunch of G Leaguers out there. That makes a big difference. And I guess as somebody who watches the games, I'm like, oh, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah. I don't expect the national people and casual fans to know any of this stuff. They don't really care. Even NBA fans, why would you care about a franchise that hasn't been to the playoffs in 20 years. Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But those of us that watch the games, it's like, I can see easily how this can come together and we can be a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
And I know other folks had kind of given up hope, but I never did, because I know ball. Like, I might not be an advanced analytics guy, but I know basketball enough to be like, LaMelo Ball is a great player, but him being out there with 4G leaguers is not a recipe for success.
No, it's not.
So now
the eye test matters.
So now everybody is healthy and good, and they're playing. And so I was excited about this game, because I was like, okay, we're gonna see some dogs. Because over the last month, in addition to having like one of the best records in the league, in addition to having the highest offensive rating in the league, and they also have a top 5 defense in the league and the highest plus minus in the league. This is all basketball stuff to let you guys know. The Hornets, as of right now, the hottest team in the NBA. It's not even close, right? And Detroit, what I love about them is they are proof that the Hornets can turn the fate.
Yep.
Because Detroit, just, I want to say 3 years ago, was terrible.
Yeah, they were not.
We actually had a streak where they had not beaten us in years. Like, it was crazy. It was like, some of it was just luck and stuff, but still, like,
right.
So, and now they're like, might be a championship contending team.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the game. Of course, the game is going off. It's a little chippy. The refs are calling shit really weird, which they always do with Detroit. They let them be very physical against us. When we get physical back, here comes the whistle.
Right.
And that is something that has bothered us as Hornets fans for a minute.
Yep.
Because on a couple of levels, it's like, what are we supposed to do if you can just like push LaMelo to the ground, and if LaMelo reaches in, that foul is like, whistled immediately, and pushing him to the ground is not.
Right.
And you can tell the team is frustrated. When we played them in Detroit earlier this season, they stomped us. They held us to like 80-something points. It wasn't even that close. And they just out-physicaled us. And it was an embarrassing loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember marking that in my head as a Hornets fan, is like, this was not a loss like other losses. This was we are going to like embarrass you. And I was like, if they got the heart that I think this team has, when they get healthy, they gonna see them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not a that's on.
That was one of them. I take that personally.
Yeah, that's on blood. Like that.
Yes.
That we can't allow. Like, because if the thing, and I'm sure people that are Detroit fans know what I'm talking about, because they had the same thing with the Knicks, where it's like, hey man, if you just allow this shit, then this is the team you are, and they gonna whoop your ass when it's time to play in the playoffs and everything.
Right.
Because you allowing shit to happen and you not stepping up. And so the Hornets since then have been on a tear, and they've been whooping good teams' asses. Not just like they are. What was it? It was the Nuggets, when the Nuggets had Joker out, but they were still winning. The Hornets came in there and beat them by like 40.
Okay.
Beat the shit out of Utah by 50. Beat OKC by like 40 or 50. Beat Orlando by almost 30. Like, good team. Like, this has been fun. Houston, we beat Houston. Like, and then teams that you would think is a trap game, they gonna get to drop on you, came back from 22 down to beat Washington Wizards. Like, these were some wins where you were like, hey man, they got something going here. So I'm like, Detroit, this is gonna be our first real, like, the nation is watching test, because they're expecting, like, y'all got to show up and win. And in the past, this has been where the old Hornets team would get to a big national stage, everybody paying attention, and then they will just get blown out.
Yep.
And you be like, damn, we ain't ready yet. Maybe we'll never be ready. Maybe who is it? The coach? Is it the guys on the team? Is it the front office? So we're playing Detroit. They're getting all the calls, but we're stuck. We're in
the game. Yes, we are.
Like, all guys are in foul trouble, but they are playing hard. They're giving their all. They're playing savvy, veteran ball. And Detroit was getting frustrated because we kept hanging around. They were giving us their best shot. Like, that, they can't shoot threes and shit, but they play really physical. They get in the paint. They bully you. And they were giving us everything, and we just wouldn't stop fighting. And in the third, they started going on this run. And in this run, it was like, I want to say we had 3 or 4 team fouls to their, like, none. It was just like another one of these games where it's like nothing the Hornets can do is considered something that's getting fouled, and then everything the Hornets are doing on the other end is us fouling them according to the refs.
Right, and it's one of those things where it was very frustrating. And like I said, it's a little bit better because it was much, much, much worse. Yeah. So it's a little bit better because I know before, and I can understand LaMelo's frustration. Like, they would literally whoop LaMelo's ass. He'd be on the ground. They just wouldn't, home, away, it didn't matter. They just wouldn't call shit. Yeah. But I do think with us having this streak, not that it's been consistent, but they're starting to respect us a little bit more and be like, okay, like, we can't be bullshitting with them no more.
Yeah, well, a lot of times in the NBA, it's almost like you have to overcome the unfair shit before they go, okay, we can call it fairly. Right. It doesn't make sense. It's counterintuitive. Right. It shouldn't be that way. But that is how I've seen it work. It's like right when you don't need those refs, when you like, hey man, fuck it, we just gonna ball, they be like, oh okay, now all of a sudden that was a foul. It's like, well, I got fouled last game and that wasn't a call. It's like, yeah, well now you're good anyway. So it's getting chippy. Jalen Duren goes off in the third quarter. He starts, I was just physically dominating Moussa Diabate. And part of that is, once again, the frustration of if you get physical with him, it might be a foul call. If they get physical with Moussa, Moussa's not getting that foul call. And it's getting very frustrating. Moussa leads the league in getting fouled without the ball. Yes. Which means, like, people are always constantly grabbing and tugging on him.
And because you'll be sitting there and all of a sudden they'll be like, foul. They'll be like, what the fuck happened? You'll be like, oh, it's Moussa away from the ball, because your eyes kind of has a tendency to follow the ball. And so if he's off in the corner doing something else, I was like, oh, that's what they call. So, yes.
Now, we're live at the game. And the thing about being live at a game, they ain't going to show you but so many replays.
Right.
And they definitely not gonna show you nothing that make your team look bad. Like, sometimes I want to see the other team's dunk, like, oh, that was a good dunk, and they be like, nope. Hating.
Nope.
Here, watch this layup that we watch. This the only jumper we hit this quarter. Let's just watch that on repeat.
You're like, hey, no.
Right. So we see it's getting chippy. Jalen Duren goes off. Moussa Diabate gets whistled for fouling them, and Jalen Duren appears to like either say something or kind of like bow up, like he's trying to talk shit. Moussa walks towards him and like gets in his space and lowers his head down, like, you not just gonna talk to me like that. And then Jalen Duren does something that only people that really play basketball or sports will ever understand how disrespectful it is.
It was egregious.
But he like kind of mushed Moussa, like he grabbed his face, like he was like almost like to cradle it, but obviously more stronger than that. And Moussa does not play that shit. Apparently, this was the thing. We couldn't see this from our angle, and they never replayed it in the audience,
because what we were at, it was like almost like the opposite of court. Yes.
And so when he did this to Moussa. Moussa
bets were off.
Moussa is what Bomani Jones people refer to, can't go back All-Star. Like, Moussa Diabate is in the NBA because of because of willpower,
because he worked hard.
It ain't the strongest. It ain't because he's the most skilled. It ain't the most talented. But he got the most heart. He's like the soul of the team when it comes to being physical. And so when I tell you he put his hands on the wrong one.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know who he could have got away with that. I'm sure there are people that would have let that slide. But Moussa Diabate is not the one. And this man single-handedly needed about 4 to 5 security people to keep him off of Jalen Duren's ass.
And they had to drag him down the hallway, like they were taking him back to the locker room, and he was still going at it.
It looked like seeing someone get arrested. That's how much, like, and it wasn't police, but it was like security was like 4 people was on him, and he was like, I'm good, but he was still lifting 4 people.
Yes, because he's strong as shit.
He was sitting down in the good seats right by the baseline. I guess them people had to move.
Yes, and the thing is going to the games, because Musa gets fouled a lot, and so it's like, hey, because initially, like I said, we was there, so because of where we were at, we didn't actually see like him push him in the face, but we seen Musa's response, and I looked at
we knew they did something.
Yeah, I was like, whatever happened, it made Musa get out of character.
And the thing with Musa, he's not a fake tough guy.
No.
So like he's not. I'm not kind of call Isaiah Stewart a fake tough guy. I mean, but he's like a NBA enforcer, meaning like he's a very physical, but within the construct of what an NBA player is. I don't expect to read about Isaiah Stewart killing somebody outside the court. It's not like an NFL player where he's like, I think that man just got CTE.
Right.
But Isaiah Stewart wants to smoke too, and he's on the Detroit Pistons. So Musa's not. My point is, Musa's not a I want to fight guy.
Nope.
So whatever happened, I immediately was like, I don't know what they did, but they did something to Musa.
No, that's it.
And he is out of control. Like he did, like whatever they did was a level of disrespect where he was like, well, then I guess someone has to die tonight.
Come on, I'm getting ready to get kicked out the game, and I'm gonna make it worth every tick.
Yeah, this is the kind of anger I worry about because, like I said, sometimes things happen to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm already resigned to if this happens, then I got to go all out. So I just hope this kind of shit don't happen.
Agreed.
Because like you kind of got to make your mind up almost before stuff happen with like, I know one thing, ain't nobody mushing me in my motherfucking face and just walking away. That seemed like how Musa had decided 2 months ago when we got beat in Detroit. He had decided if they want to smoke, it's going to be smoke in the city. So here's what, this what it looked like on TV. Hopefully they don't take this down.
Okay, because we didn't see this.
Yeah, we was at the game, so we couldn't see this angle, but
this angle.
The TV, this is what happened. So they get in each other's face, and Musa does kind of like people were trying to size it because Detroit fans is trying to protect it, but they was like he headbutted him, but he did get in his face. Like Musa definitely got in his face to talk that shit. Like I'm not trying to act like I'm biased towards the Hornets, but I don't want to act like I'm fucking ridiculous and be like, what? You can't put your face in a nigga face without somebody. Right. But at this point, I really felt like it was on the refs because they had let this shit get chippy all game. Yes. And human beings are human beings. At some point, they just gonna want to fight each other. Every time I've seen a fight at a game, it really started with the refs fucking around with these bad calls. Players feeling like, I don't know when I'm getting a call, when I'm not. Well, fuck it. I'm taking it into my own account. If I'm getting whistled, then I might as well start fucking people up and all that shit.
Agreed. Every fight that I've seen, I don't care what level of basketball, it's because if it's a fight in the basketball games, it's 100% the ref's fault.
Almost every time. I don't want to say 100%, but almost every time they let the shit get too chippy.
Yes.
And it's like a fine line because you want to let people play, but there does come a point where it's like, yo, this is like kind of crazy. Like And the crowd was on 10. We was booing, all this shit. So it was pretty intense in there already because it felt like a playoff game.
It did.
So this happens. They hold the cake. I forget. Tobias Harris is holding Musa back. Jalen Duren starts walking away because he don't want the smoke. As you see, Musa got loose again. Like Musa was reaching for him. So, all right, let's go back to the beginning. Musa is this guy here. All right, guys, for y'all that don't know. You see, he gets mushed. Okay, they start grabbing him. Jalen Duren doesn't really want to fight. He just starts walking away.
He don't want to
He just think he can mush dude in the face and ain't shit gonna happen. Musa got loose again. Got at him again. There's like 5 police officers, 6, 7, 8 police officers there. The whole team. Khan is trying to pull Musa off of him. And then Miles Bridges, he had Musa back. He goes and starts swinging on Jalen Duren too. Isaiah Stewart runs off the bench. Now that's illegal in NBA terms, and I think Melo may have come off the bench too, not to swing, but to be a peacemaker. But they may get suspended because the letter of the law is like you ain't supposed to come off the bench. And we play Atlanta tomorrow, and that's an important game because we are in 10th spot. And that means in the NBA, you're kind of in the playoff-ish hunt. And if we beat Atlanta tomorrow, we would go to the 9th spot. But we might not have like 3-4 players tomorrow.
3-4 starters. And it's also, one of the things when when you hear people talk about this, and I'm like, hey, dog, like, y'all ain't never been disrespected like this before. Like, the way some people will respond is like, oh, you never been disrespected like that before, because it's like, you don't do somebody like that and then don't expect no consequences.
Yeah, that's the part that's weird to me is I think if I put my hands on your face, I actually am ready to fight you.
You better be.
Because I think, put it this way, I want to say Dirk Nowitzki had this happen to him in the playoffs once. I forget who did it. I don't know if it's like Kevin Durant or somebody from maybe it's somebody from the Warriors, but they kind of like double tapped him on the chin, like not in a way that would hurt him, but in like a you ain't gonna do shit way. And I think dude got a tech, but Dirk ain't swing, and they lost that series, and it lived with him till he won a championship. It was like, yeah, Dirk's soft, cause he let that man tap him on the chest, on his face, and he ain't say shit. It's like a real, like he's a soft Euro. A real one would have did this, that, and the other. But the reason that people say that is because this was supposed to happen. Like, yeah, okay, you put your hands on my face, then I guess you must want to fight me.
Yeah, and I can tell just way some people talk like, oh, y'all don't understand. You can't do that and just expect to back out, walk away, and not expect that person to have
well, basketball players normally don't fight.
Emotional response. Yeah, but they also don't put their hands on your face either.
Well, what I was gonna say, basketball players normally don't fight. They do shit that typically would be a fight, but they understand they all in the NBA rich guys with security. And vast majority of the time, you just kind of do some jaw jacking. Right. Very rarely do you even swing. Almost never do you see a connected punch.
Agreed.
So, like, I can see why Jalen Duren was on some, like, but the rules. And it's like, you didn't touch my face. Fuck the rules. This ain't about nothing but I don't care about my suspension. I don't care about the fine. This is I'm going to beat your ass if I can get a hold of you. Right. Because you think you're dominating me.
Yeah, you think you're going to disrespect me.
Like and like I said, this is why I say it's on the refs, because I'm sure what Musa is thinking is, motherfucker, you're not beating me as much as it's the refs are helping you to be able to play in a way that's suiting your game, and then calling every fucking thing on us. Right. If they was just calling this shit even where y'all was physical and we was physical, we'd just be down here tussling playing basketball, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Like, but, right, if this was all basketball, I would be good.
Yeah, if anything, the refs in the way, like to them. Now, anyway, so like I said, there's another skirmish that happens up here with Miles Bridges, Isaiah Stewart, and Miles Bridges really had some good footwork on this.
Yeah, it did.
Cause Isaiah Stewart took a running lunge at him, and I don't know how Miles was able to see it and duck it and kind of get underneath him like an MMA fighter. But luckily, that was about the extent of the physicality of it. Right. The rest was just like us having, I want to say maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes in real life of the refs having a look at the replay, get everybody under control.
Yeah, so the crowd was
everyone back
anxious,
to the benches.
Right.
Everyone was standing the whole time.
Yeah, they were.
And the the part that felt, I don't know how to describe this, and like some of y'all hear this and y'all just like, fighting, oh no, violence is always bad. But part of this felt so good as a fan. Yes. Cause it was like, yeah, man, we not y'all bitches. Right. And if you come here and do some shit like that, it's a price to pay. And we don't mind paying it. Like, if it mean we got to stand on business and some of our guys are suspended and some of your guys are suspended, that's just how it's going to have to be. And for the next niggas that think that's finna happen, because someone was like, well, now that they know they can get in Musa's head by touching his face, other people gonna try it. I said, if you saw what happened tonight and your idea was, I'll do that too, I would like some of that, you're not a sane person.
No, you're not.
Like, it's kind of like when the bully is bigger than people and he takes their lunch money, but then that one nerd fucking swings on his ass and hits him upside the head with a tray, and even if that kid gets beat up after that, that kid's lunch money never getting taken again. Because that bully's like, man, shit, it's easier people to take their lunch money. I don't even have to worry about getting hit upside the head. Right. I'm moving on.
Right. And it's also one of those things where I go, oh, you don't understand basketball, because it's one of those things where I like the fact that Charlotte Hornets show people we're not going to be an easy win. You can't just circle your calendar and be like, the Hornets a fucking guaranteed win anymore. Because so many people across the league, well, and I get it, was very, very disrespectful to the Hornets. I get it. We were not a good team. But now we got pieces, we got parts, and we're on the run, and we're doing some things. So this was a time to be like, what you not going to do is this bullshit.
Yeah, I love this picture here where Musa is being held back. And it reminds me of the Detroit slogan, Detroit versus everybody. And I was like, I guess, fuck it. We everybody then. Fine. We'll be everybody. I hope we get to play them in the playoffs. I hope we see them in first round. I hope they still in number 1 and we're number 8. I hope we slide in through the play-in. Before I was like, maybe we can get up to number 6 and just be in the playoffs. I would like to see them in the first round immediately. I want the smoke. I want it. I need that. NBA guys make it happen. And somebody was like, y'all gonna get beat. Y'all might even get swept. I said, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, if this is the rung that we need to go through to learn, like, oh, so this would have, because the thing is, I still have immense respect for Detroit. I'm not sitting up here talking, these dirty, cheap, sorry ass. Like, I don't do that. If you're an opponent and you good, I will always be like, yo, they are good.
Yeah, they are.
Like, I'm not taking that away from them. You can't just, like, they didn't just cheat us out the game. The refs were bullshit, but that game ended up being super close.
Yep.
And so, like I said, we stood for 10 minutes straight. Then they kicked the guys out. Jalen Duren walks past, because we're right by the visitors thing. He walks past with the Detroit on his jersey, pointing at it, and the crowd was booing him, talking shit. That was fun. I enjoyed booing him. Then they kicked our guys out, and everybody cheered because they threw their stuff in the crowd, like, fuck it, we out. But everyone was so appreciative of the fight in these guys. And no one got hurt. So, like, everybody was appreciative of the fight in the guys and was like, hell yeah, sorry about these suspensions that's coming, but
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, man. Sometimes you got to get suspended to prove something.
Yeah, you got to prove a point.
You know what I'm saying? Then I posted this picture and I was like, man, the people that do the art thing, there's a thing on Twitter where they do like, they match these pictures with actual classic art. I was like, they gonna go off with this. And that Art But Make It Sports account did find a picture.
That's hilarious.
Esther Before Ahasuerus by Paulo Veronese. 1585-88 by Neil Redmond. Neil Redmond is who took the picture of it. And this is the people holding this lady back and all this stuff. So that was fun. And then the rest of the game, man, because Kay Cunningham kept playing good. We're down 2 starters. They're down 1 starter and 1 bench player. And like the game kept still being kind of called a quick whistle for us, not as quick for them. They were allowed to play more physical on the perimeter, stuff like that. But our guys started playing so hard. Josh Hart was fucking amazing. He was fucking hustling his ass off. Melo started going to the rack. Khan was hitting threes.
Yes, Khan was getting rebounds.
And we cut that lead to, I think we got it down to 4, and we literally just had 2 great 3-point looks and missed them. And that was pretty much the game. But like, I stayed to the end of this game. Karen was ready to leave because she was like, we're going to lose and there's 20 seconds left and we're down 4. And I was like, no. Like, first of all, we were down 8. And I was like, first of all, no, we're not leaving yet because we can still come back and win this. And I know ball. And we immediately hit a 3 and got a steal. And that's when we got to look for the next 3. And if we would have hit that, we could have been talking about a totally different thing. But lastly, I wanted to stay and let them know, like, I appreciate that. Our coach got kicked out.
Yeah, me and Roger has talked about that because there has been some times where we watched the game. I was like, yeah, dog, you got to stand up for your players, because it was one game that Miller got kicked out. And I was like, no, that should have been the coach.
Right.
And I think what happened, like, everybody's adrenaline and everything is high after the altercation. And then what happened is like, I think it was Grant Williams. They called like some bullshit foul. And I think the coach had enough. He was like, look, my players are getting kicked out the game. Y'all been fucking up my players all damn game. Like, y'all need to call a better game.
And it's been building.
Yes.
Like, it's been a couple years. And and maybe he was waiting on the team to fight for themselves and to give him the fuel to be like, we're a good team. This isn't just us being upset about calls. This is you, the refs, fucking us over.
Yes.
Like it's probably harder for a coach to realistically do that. He's a first year coach last year, and I can see why that might not be his style. He don't want to give his team excuses to be like, oh man, anytime we're losing, it's the refs' fault. I get it. But there's been a couple games. The Celtics game last year, we played them back to back, and basically the refs just fucking, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
And then this year with this game, and it was like they called one more tic-tac foul, and he shot off that bench, and he's supposed to be able to get 2 techs before you get kicked out. He was going at them so hard, they just kicked him out.
Yeah, I didn't even see the second one.
He didn't get a second one.
Okay, he
just got one crazy ass take, because he like, I saw they zoomed in on the words, and he said something like, oh, it was like something like, come get me, bitch, come get me then, bitch. I was like, yo,
was fed up with them, and I really do think he was very upset because, just like the players, you know, they see the chippiness too. Like the coach, he sees the chippiness too. And you know, you're like, okay, we're gonna play through this, blah 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 blah. And you know, he knows his players' personalities and their characters. And he was like, if y'all cause Musa to lose it, like, I have to do something. Like, I can't let y'all just BS us.
Yeah, and the team is looking at you, and it's like they're still trying to fuck us out this game. Yeah, this is it. Bitch, fuck you, motherfucker. Come get at me, dumbass. Charles Lee, my coach.
He had some words, didn't he?
11-point game, just under 6 to go.
Like, the players, they trying to get coach about it. They're like, go ahead for you. Don't be here next game. But, yeah, they had to walk him out to the tunnel, and then, once again, everybody cheered for him. And that felt like a prize fight at the end. Yes. Everyone was standing up for everything. Every shot felt like a body blow.
It did.
No matter who was hitting it.
Right, matter who was hitting it.
They never gave up. Cade Cunningham, I have so much respect for his game, because when I tell you this man was unfazed and unbothered in the middle of this chaos with his teammates, kicked out the game.
He was like, oh, word, here another one. Another one.
Get on my back, boys. and like, he had a couple plays down the stretch where he didn't finish, and that's how we got back in the game. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like he gave up or he was like complaining to the refs, like, where's my call? He just kept balling the whole way.
Yeah, he did.
And like, he was a huge part of why they won that game, if not the reason they won that game.
Yes, he is.
So like, shout out to him. He's playing on a whole nother level. And this was, to me, a good like battle, meaning, I don't know, like Detroit fans, I can't speak on them, because, you know, they're doing really good right now, and maybe they're like, fuck Charlotte, you know, these guys are gonna get suspended, fuck y'all fan base, fuck everything. But as a person that just loves basketball, immense respect for them as a team. Immense respect to the way they didn't back down.
No, they didn't.
And even after the game, the amount of like the dudes weren't being like, man, fuck Musa Diabate or fuck the other team. They was actually like, hey man, look, what are we supposed to do? I'm not backing down. They not backing down. It is what it is. You know, and it's almost like they was like, yeah, it got disrespectful out there, but everybody did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brandon Miller, who had my favorite comment. Brandon Miller, who is a dog, man. I've loved this kid from day one. I try to tell folks he was a dog. Back when we drafted him, everybody wanted Scoot Henderson. No offense to Scoot. I like his game, and I hope he continues to do well. But like,
Brandon was the better pick.
Yeah, Brandon was the one. To me, I think it's pretty much borne out that way. But they asked him after the game, like, what'd you think about the fight or whatever? And he said, it was fun. Next question. And I said, yes. Nobody got hurt. Like, maybe some people get suspended, but hopefully it's nothing crazy.
Right.
You know, I don't know what they're gonna do with Isaiah Stewart. He's been kicked out of like 8 games, so his shit might be
heavier than everybody else's. They're like, hey, get your shit together.
Yeah, so maybe that.
Yeah, because we was talking about that even before this shit happened. I said, ain't that the nigga to be fighting everybody just for no reason, just going after stars? It's like, nigga, what's wrong with you?
Right. So everyone's got, and it's fun seeing all the hot takes around the league from people that didn't watch the game, don't know shit, getting their hot takes off, because it's just like, you know, they're either being introduced to the Hornets being like, hey, they're not just on a win streak, these motherfuckers ain't no joke, they ready for that action.
They'll fight you.
Or they just saying like hot take shit. Like I saw Kenya Martin was like, Musa Diabate was soft because it wasn't even a hard foul, he just shouldn't have lost his cool. And I was like, yeah, so you didn't watch the game because Musa fouled him. That was the call.
Musa fouled him.
The foul wasn't on him. On Jalen Duren. And also Kenya Martin is 100% a nigga that if you put your hand on his face, he was gonna fight you. So
yeah, that's
the idea that he would have been cool with that is insane to me.
Right. The way people respond, I was like, okay, yeah, dog. Like, y'all are cool because you're somewhere where this shit ain't happening to you.
Right.
But if you was even in like a basketball setting, non-basketball, it don't matter. Somebody just put their hand in your face in like an aggressive manner like that, you gonna have something to say.
And shout out to the new guys that we just got on the trade deadline, Xavier Tillman and Kobe White. Yeah, that's what it's like here. I hope y'all, when y'all ready to get out there, just know we expect y'all to fight too.
I'm ready.
Can't just be talking about it. On the way out of the, but that was fun. And like, man, what an adrenaline rush. I've never felt, that's a top 5 live sports experience I've ever had in my life, and I've never felt anything like that before.
Yeah, and being there was different because I know a lot of people being there. Like if y'all could have felt the electricity in the building, and like all of a sudden it was like a shift in the crowd, and all of a sudden the whole crowd was electrified. Like, and everybody would just stand, like for both teams, everybody was just standing, and like you say, it was almost like what you say, watching a boxing match.
I get it now, Detroit Pistons malice at the Palace fans. I never understood this at the time, but I do now. I mean, I didn't want it to happen, but it felt like if one of them dudes would have got in the stands, everybody in that arena was gonna try to beat their ass. And that is crazy because these men are Goliaths.
Yeah.
You are talking top 1.01 pop percentage of the world in shape, size, condition. It was gonna take 10 people, 9 would die, 1 would get to beat up Isaiah Stewart, but 9 of you are dying to do that. And I got it in that moment. Was like, oh yeah, this is the energy that people would be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, I want a piece of you, even if I'm gonna get my ass whooped. And I was like, I've never felt that in person before.
Okay, same.
This is insane.
Yes, and the thing is, you could just feel. It was like a huge vibe in the whole arena, and it was like a shift. And all of a sudden, like you say, even though it's unrealistic, but like you say, that feeling was like, yeah, if somebody says the wrong thing or somebody, it's like, yeah, it was going to be a problem, like with the crowd, because the crowd was like, the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all been beating us up. You're like, that's not funny, because the crowd been watching the game too. So they've been seeing all this unfairness and all these things that have been happening, you know, and then the coach get kicked out, which is, you know, another high on top of the high that had already happened.
And then the game gets cut to 1 possession basically, and it's like, hey, anything can happen.
Right.
You're rooting like hell for your guys. Your guys are coming through. They're hitting these amazing shots.
Yes.
They're getting fouled, not getting a call, still getting back up and making plays. Like, it was just, that's why sports is sports.
Yeah, that right there. And I think the Brandon Miller last second shot a few years ago, about a year or two ago. And also, I think we was at another game where Miles got kicked out, PJ got kicked out. We was at that game here in Charlotte a few years ago.
I think that was the Celtics game I was talking about.
Okay, yeah, but we had
where the Celtics was getting all the fucking calls. It was just fucking, it was getting so ridiculous. Grant Williams was out there about to fight. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Then on the way out of the arena, this was
wild. No, you go ahead.
On the way out of the arena, I was no, actually you're right. I was gonna bring up something different.
Okay, go ahead.
on the way out of the arena, this was crazy. I don't know who this staffer, like what was going on with him, but he was in a rush to get somewhere, and he was kind of behind me. I could feel his energy behind me, so I tried to move out of his way. But he was like kind of jog running, and it's a crowd of people.
Right.
And there's like stuff there. There's a trash can. There's all kinds of shit. And so I felt his energy and kind of slid to the left.
Right.
And he just went, excuse me. And I felt him brush up against my shoulder a little bit. And dog, this man he tripped over a stanchion. He went down like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, and did not.
And he was unconscious.
Yeah, they had to get help and
it was so many people in the area trying to leave. All I could do was be like, hey, get out, like back up, because so many people were surrounding him. And then I didn't know none of the people sound like paramedics. People turn them over on the side or whatever. I'm like, do y'all know that that's right, or you just a guy talking and then they gonna turn him over and be like, and that's when you snapped his vertebrae,
right?
And that's why he can't walk.
Agreed.
I was like, they need to get some professional. There's all kinds of medical staff there to help with that.
It is.
But this was a crazy night. It was so crazy. He was just laying there unconscious. I hope that brother's okay.
Me too.
Like all I heard was excuse me, blam.
Yep.
And I was just like,
yeah, I looked double like,
and I was expecting him to be like, ow, or whatever.
Something.
He was it was like he was asleep.
Yes.
I was like, I hope I didn't see somebody die. I mean, I didn't read anything about it on the news. But he's probably not coming to work tomorrow. That was crazy.
He will not be there.
That was crazy. And then what I was going to say is then on the way out, we was walking and this dude stopped me, and he was a YN. And he said, hey, brother, here you go, sir, or whatever. And I was like, what is this? And this thing made me feel the opposite of being carded, okay? I'm going to show you guys what it is, okay? This is what he gave me.
Oh, that's what he gave you?
He gave me this.
What is that? Queens
of Charlotte, Sundays, February 8th. I don't know why it's written in ink. It must not have been 8 at first. I don't know. February 8th. Then it's every Sunday, 24K, Bistro Lounge.
He must have you look like the clientele.
Latest free before 10. I was with Karen. $10 cover charge. Proper attire is a must. Queen Charlotte prize giveaway, drink specials and more. To book sections, call this number. And it said grown folks 40 plus. I don't know if y'all can see that. Grown folks 40 plus up in there.
He was like, you look like you over 40.
Whereas it's this bright red, just grown folks 40 plus.
And they were like, no children.
I said, this the opposite of being carded.
You look old. Here you go, old man.
Like, that's the opposite. Like, being carded is like, oh, that's cute that you thought you should ask me, can I have this drink? You know, I got gray hair. What 20-year-old had a life this rough?
Come on, unless they just gray early.
Like, just know, like a 20-year, this will be a hard life for a 20-year-old to be looking, 47. That's not even an insult about age. That's just life. So it's like, you carded me because you're just being a nice person and maybe you thought it would be flattering. This is the opposite of that. This is like, hey, old nigga.
You look old. You're probably 20 something. Everybody look old to me. Somebody uncle got their nephew out there handing shit out. That's what happened.
Right.
And also when we was get your drink at the Hornets game, they were doing the $2 specials like they do at the baseball games. And so we went past the concession stand. The concession stand was long as shit. And Roger said that. I was like, oh, no wonder why the lines is long.
$2 specials means there's $2 hot dog, $2 popcorn, $2 soft drinks, $2 pretzel bites. That's what Karen's talking about. And normally arena food is like super duper expensive. Like they've never seen what shit costs outside of an arena.
Right.
So the line for this food, because it's the first day they unveiled it, was like around outside the thing and wrapped around and that's normally the place we go to get our food. I was like,
never seen it that long.
I was like, I can't. I appreciate the $2 deal. I don't appreciate it enough to be in line for an hour before the game starts.
I started getting bougie. I was like, ooh, the line. Yeah, and the dude beside us, he was saying like he was like, I went go get some. It took me 15 minutes. Like, oh, you must have been in that line.
Yeah, but the $2 deal is dope. I think maybe after people get used to it and it dies down a bit,
right?
It'll be cool to like slide through and get a $2 hot dog if the line ain't crazy. If you get there early enough or something,
Right? If you get there early enough.
But just
I was like, y'all gonna run out of hot dogs. That bitch was packed.
But I appreciated it because it meant when I went to the other concession stands with the expensive food, it was no longer a line.
Child, you walk right on through that bitch. They ain't had no customers.
I was like, ooh, cool. I've never seen these chicken nachos before. I've never now that the $2 cheapskates are gone.
Right. I guess I'll be paying a little extra so I don't have to deal with the foolishness.
I was mushing them out the way. Excuse me, pause. I need to get to the expensive food over there that you can't afford.
Yeah, I'm willing to pay a little bit more.
$12 nachos. Why, I do have it.
I got the 12.
I actually do have it. I plan to come here and pay more for nachos than I would at any other time in my life. I'm willing to do it.
$3.50 pack of M&Ms. Yes, I will pay it.
$3.50.
Probably more than that. Probably $5.
Y'all can tell Karen doesn't actually pay for shit. Right?
Oh, I don't.
Can y'all tell? She's like
I'm
that.
spoiled.
She the meme of that the banana. How much can a banana cost? $10? Like.
Don't ask me. The hell if I know.
The M&Ms are not $3.50. I wish the M&Ms were $3.50.
Oh shit!
Because Karen insists on getting M&Ms every single time we go.
I love M&Ms.
But the M&Ms are like $7 to $8 or some shit.
Goddamn! I didn't know that, buddy. You didn't tell me that.
You didn't know. You didn't know, Karen. So I guess from now on you won't be getting them, right?
I will be
since you know now.
Be picking them bitches up again. I don't care.
Right? You don't care. I don't even know why you try to fake lie to the people just now.
And you know what? It's I tell everybody, I am spoiled, and you can't blame nobody but yourself.
We not really. You're not spoiled. I've seen what the spoiled people is doing out here on the streets. It could be much more expensive. We've seen all the gender wars where it's like, if a man won't buy you a house on the first date, what the fuck are you even fucking with him for?
Oh no, I'm not that ridiculous.
You know, I feel like it's still a pretty affordable date. You know, but yeah, that was really all the banter. The stuff that I had was the Hornets game, and I guess also the Super Bowl. We watched it, and let me tell you, that Super Bowl was off the chain. If you are a fan of kicking like I am, like if you like
tons of kicks,
if you like field goals and you like punts like your boy, hey,
this game was for you, nigga.
I was in punt heaven. Okay, it was amazing. Like I was like, oh my god, how many more field goals can Seattle kick?
Right. They was like, yeah, somebody said the special teams is like, we gonna win this game for y'all.
I said, let's go, special teams.
Right. They was like, we got y'all. We got you.
Yeah.
They pulled through. Shout out to the special teams.
My man, Jay Myers. Okay, he did that.
Yes, he did.
33 yards. Got it. 39 yards. I think so. 41 yards. Didn't I just do 39? Yeah, I got that. Oh, it's the third quarter. 41 yards again. I thought I did that already. Have another one on me. Okay, he was out there getting it.
Yeah, he was. He gonna be on everybody's fantasy football list next year.
Yes.
For the kicker, he gonna be the number 1 drafted kicker. Everybody was like, I need that nigga them threes. Come on over here.
Exactly how it's gonna be. We love to see it. I was very, very proud of him. And other than that, the game sucked ass. Like,
yeah, it did.
I'll talk about this on Balls Deep Sports Thursday when we do our show. I'll go deeper. But low key, the NFL really snuck some ass football through the playoffs. If this was the NBA, it would be a crisis. It would be a PR crisis.
Yep.
The NFL playoffs fucking sucked. Like, that shit was the worst. I was thinking about like quarterback play. I try to go through kind of quick, but Josh Allen had a sneaky cheeks game. Meaning, like, you could look at the final stats and be like, it was all right. But when you look at the game, it's like, this nigga is not playing well.
Ooh, no, he was not.
You know,
they were eating him up,
and they should have won if he plays as well as he's supposed to play as an MVP candidate. They win, but he just didn't. He didn't play that great.
Mm-mm.
The Sam Darnold had one good game en route to the Super Bowl when they beat the Rams. Every other game for the last 8 weeks has been mid at best and cheeks at worst. The quarterback for the Patriots, the second year, Drake May, had an MVP level season, only lost by like basically one vote. But in the playoffs, he regressed to the norm, like to the mean. Now they say he might have had something hurt with his shoulder. I don't know. What I do know is he looked cheeks.
Yeah.
And that's my guy. He went to Carolina. I think he's going to be a great player, but I got to say he did look terrible the whole playoffs. The teams they beat, CJ Stroud, cheeks. Justin Herbert, cheeks. Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts, cheeks. Like, as I start going down the list, y'all, it's like, hey, these playoffs even good? I want to say Matthew Stafford had 1.5, well, maybe 2 good games. I won't take one of his games was kind of like mid, but I'll give him. He was the MVP of the league. I'll give it to him. Mahomes and Lamar Jackson weren't even in the playoffs.
They were not.
The dude for the Packers, Jordan Love, his game was cheeks. Like, this playoff sucked. In NFL's, how long can they get away with this? Well, they just are giving us, and they want to add more games. It's getting worse and worse. Yeah, they want to add another game to the regular season. They want to add more overseas games. It started at 9 a.m. on Sunday. Just an insane level of trash football that we got to watch this offseason.
And one thing I will say is one thing that kills me when you start talking to people like NFL versus NBA. One of the things that kills me is like anytime the NBA breathes hard, everybody complain about what they need to change, how they could do it better, things they could do this. This is why the All-Star game weekend is all fucked up and all that stuff, because people always complain about the shit they're going to do. They need to do, but at the end of the day, the NFL over the years have watered it down. Them motherfuckers play a game almost every goddamn day of the week, and now they on all the goddamn streaming channels. So now when I turn on, I'm like, are you on Hulu? Are you on ESPN? Are you on Prime?
Well, it's funny because like those are the main complaints people have about the NBA, and I'm like, NFL do the same shit, and it's just they keep getting away with it. It is what it is, but I just wanted to note that I know this whole segment for y'all that don't fuck with sports and stuff, y'all don't care, but that's why it's our show and not yours, and you can skip past this. Who gives a fuck? All right, anything else before we get into other stuff, Karen? I was trying to think if there's anything else about the Super Bowl. Oh shit, well, my bad. I said Super Bowl. Bad Bunny halftime. I liked it. I thought it was dope. I thought it looked great. No, I don't speak Spanish. No, I don't know everything that happened. I did peep the message with the phone pole, the power poles, and how Puerto Rico's power infrastructure has been like decimated and all that stuff. I did peep a little bit of that. I love the diaspora. He had every shade of brown and in the under the sun for Latinos in there. Not everybody was Puerto Rican. He had all kinds of celebrities and stuff in there. It felt like a big ass party. Everyone had a good time. Someone got for real married at halftime. Lady Gaga showed up and sang, at the wedding for these people. That's a cute story. That those people sent emails to a bunch of companies to be like, we want to get married and we're trying to see if maybe y'all will sponsor the wedding.
Sometimes they do, yeah.
And they sent one to Bad Bunny just because, like, what if? And Bad Bunny not just responded because they thought maybe they get like a signed autograph thing or something. He didn't just respond. They were like, let's set up a Zoom call. And then they Zoom called and was like, how would y'all like to get married at the Super Bowl for real during the Super Bowl halftime? Wow. That's what happened. Yeah. That was a cute story.
Oh, that's adorable. And I will say I was right. I remember when they announced Bad Bunny, I said, I hope he does his whole performance in Spanish, and he did. Shout out to him for actually doing that.
I think one of the funny things is watching people that were hard on Kendrick like this, because it was like, it's just a party. It's just a good time. And I was like, I feel you on that. but it seemed like if you spoke Spanish and understood more about the culture, I can tell when something is layered with meaning.
Yes, I can.
And
tell.
I think what happened is American minds that cannot fluently speak Spanish, you kind of got to turn that off. I bet if you watch Kendrick Lamar and you couldn't speak English,
you would have
been like, that seemed like a good time. They was dancing, partying, was running around the field. Yeah, all these people. Yep. But since you can speak English and you black and you know, all of a sudden you want like explanations for everything. And and then, you know, as much as I am a Kendrick fan, stan, if you will, the amount of over explaining of Kendrick stuff to other people, as much as his stuff is worth explaining, it can drone on people when they're not that big a fan. It's like, okay, I just enjoyed it as a song. Now y'all are telling me the reason it was 7 dancers and some had on this color. Yeah. And it turns people off. And I didn't see as much of that with Bad Bunny, even though he speaks Spanish. But when you do see it, if you're not a Spanish speaker, you're almost welcome in it. Like, oh, cool, I didn't know what this meant. So like, you're giving me something. With Kendrick, it's like, I live in America and I'm black. I know what a lot of this means. But yeah, I thought that was super dope. I was very happy for you know, him, all the people involved, Cardi B, Pedro Pascal, all these folks,
Ricky Martin.
Yeah,
and shout out to Ricky Martin. I like, and I guess it's something I should have known, but I didn't. They was saying when he first came out, he was told he had to completely go English. Like when he first came out. So for the fact that he did that whole segment in Spanish, that actually meant something. Yeah,
that was cool. And then commercial wise, these are some of the most ass commercials we've ever had.
And I blame the internet. I 100% blame the internet, because since people have started live tweeting and the internet has came around, it has caused the commercials to tank, in my opinion. And the biggest reason why I said it is because I always have looked forward to Super Bowl commercials, and they will always be catchy. They will always do something different, do something odd, do something funny. But y'all motherfuckers complain about every goddamn thing, and you can't do this, and you're sensitive to this. And so companies don't want to be the number one talking thing after the Super Bowl. So guess what? They dumbed it down where now the shit is boring and you have nothing to talk about, and they're not entertaining it at all.
I agree and disagree at the same time. I think that's what started us down this slope, because that was a heavy, like, that was back when social media people really could make a name for themselves by being like, this commercial is racist, this thing isn't funny, why is it, you know? And they're not necessarily wrong, but these corporations just don't want the smoke, so they were going to err on the side of just like, well, fuck it, here's some horses and some beers. There's nothing really impressive about it, but we definitely won't be getting talked about tomorrow as a shit show.
Right.
But I feel like that hasn't really happened for the last 4 or 5 years. Like, we haven't really had the I'm offended crowd. Maybe because Kaepernick, I don't know why, but it hasn't happened. I think, to me, it was emblematic of something else why these commercials are sucked. I think a lot of these were trying to force shit in that is not entertaining and people don't want. So it was a lot of AI use commercials. Nobody, like, that is, AI is not exciting to your average person.
No,
I'm sorry
about it.
It's not, and the commercials with the AI aren't funny. They aren't seeking to make you entertain.
They're not cute. They're not adorable.
Yeah, there are very few that give you a test case for something where you're like, okay, they did it that time. Now what else can I see about this?
They don't actually, like we said before, the shit that the consumer want, they're not giving you that. So you go, the fuck I care for.
So the AI thing is most of it feels like it's not even to you as a person. A lot of them feel like they're the companies. Like with so and so AI, it helped these companies do. Once again, no,
don't care.
There weren't a lot of movie commercials. Everything be streaming now anyway. Very few things coming to the theater, and it didn't seem like your tentpole franchises were dropping something new. Like in years past, this would have been when you got your Spider-Man trailer or your Doomsday trailer.
Yeah, you would have, and it'd have been big.
Yeah, and so they're not doing it. There were also movie trailers where they actually paid for 15 to 30 seconds, and then the end of that commercial said, go watch the trailer on YouTube.
Right. I was like, bitch, I'm not. So like, I don't know what to tell you.
All of those sucked, because it doesn't even matter if I'm excited for your movie. If you're like, it's Mission Impossible 7, here's 5 seconds of Tom Cruise. Now go watch it on YouTube. No. Like, not that I don't want to see the trailer, but just
but pay the
that
money.
was your job.
Right.
I'm sure it's just so expensive now.
But them Bitcoins.
Yeah, I was going to say that next. Yeah, cryptocurrency, another thing. I guess it's back, but it just isn't making the splash, at the Super Bowl party. It's not the one you want to wake up and talk to. And then the Dunkin' commercial that was like AI 90s slop.
Oh, that was terrible.
And Dunkin' has done this a couple times now. It seems like Dunkin's whole thing is if we make a terrible ad that's confusing and no one knows the purpose, and the whole thing is to make your brain go, what the fuck was that? At least it's memorable. And they've just totally fallen down that rabbit hole of at least it's memorable. The only real commercial I really enjoyed was the Jurassic Park commercial where, like, if they would have had, like, I think it was like cell phone service or something, or the internet, like if they would have had the internet during Jurassic Park 1, the whole movie would have been different. Everything would have worked out. Now, of course, it's a 90s movie and all of a sudden everybody ain't got cell phones and tablets and shit, but that's not the point. That was a fun,
and it was like it was like everything was happy, nothing tragic happened. They was like, yeah, we got the park, and it was like fun and nobody was dying. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was fun. Marissa brought up the other one, the prostate exam thing, where instead of getting your prostate exam, you get where the doctor has to, like, touch your butthole. There was now a blood test, and so they had all the people that are tight ends in the NFL, former tight ends. When they found out the news that butts unclenched, they were no longer tight ends because they're not worried about someone trying to enter their butt through. That was like a cute, kind of crass but cute thing. But yeah, just in general, man, like Super Bowl was mid, man. Like, and I was excited for it. We did take up my man Anthony from Scrimp Shack on his offer. I went to the gym, put in my time because I said I'm about to cheat on this diet.
Yes, sir.
I'm about to eat this, and he gave us a platter. It was so much food. It's still food in there. We're not gonna finish it. I'm gonna have to throw the food away to keep me from eating the food. Like, I'm like, I can't keep eating fried.
Eating on it.
I can't keep eating fried shit every day for the rest of the week. But that was cool. So we hung out with him, his wife, and they talked to them about possibly working together in the future. I still gotta send some emails out about all that stuff, but that was like a cool thing. They listened to the show, so that was like also dope. And we have the best listeners, man. Just having, like, I wasn't worried like I was gonna get there, it's gonna be fucking terrible or weird or whatever, and so that was like a fun time, fun conversation. And so anyway, I say all that to say this is a big deal because I was like, I'm not cooking anything. I'm just gonna be snacking on this Scrimp Shack.
It was
eating these scrimps and oysters and shit, and just watching the game. And like within like 20 minutes into the game, I was like, oh no,
right, this is
gonna suck.
Me too. I was like, this is gonna be long and boring. Another field goal, bitch, another field goal. You can't get down the field. The offensive line is stinking. Like, oh my gosh, he got sacked again. That was me. I was like, I might need to take a nap.
But yeah, that Super Bowl was cheeks, man. I mean, look, they can't all be classics.
Right.
And back in the day, it felt like we used to get a lot more cheek Super Bowl, but man, that shit was bad. And I think the reason it was bad is because the NFL was bad this year and nobody really is talking about it because everyone loves the NFL so much that they can't be like, wait a minute, all these teams are mid. No team is really great or dominant. And the one that won it all, you go, but they got a dominant defense. Yeah, their quarterback is mid. They got the best wide receiver in the world, best defense in the world, and we're still bored as fuck watching them play because they quarterback mid. Like this, we were spoiled for a few years with some of these teams. This shit sucked.
Yeah, and also, because like you said, they keep extending and stuff like that. You guess what? People get hurt, people get injured. Like, it's a lot of shit that kind of impacts these things when it comes to the playoffs and things like that. Like, so it's going to be interesting, and like everything else, eventually it's going to get to a bubble where people going to be like, enough. I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning to watch a game overseas.
Yeah, I don't know who will, Karen. Like, I feel like the NFL is the crack cocaine of sports. I just don't think people.
That's true.
I think like the fact that there's people that watch preseason and the Pro Bowl, to me, in the NFL is such an insane thing to do, because it is literally the worst possible version of football.
It is.
And I know people who are so into football, they're like, I like that too. And if you go look at the top broad ratings shows of the year, we did this at Game Theory.
It's all football. Probably.
It's almost 100% football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so when you say stuff like it's gonna get people gonna give up, people gonna quit, I don't think they are gonna quit.
That's true.
Like they could do Super Bowl could be like this every year, and I think it'll still get the ratings every year. So yeah, I think it just is what it is, and it just kind of is gonna suck to be like that. But yeah, it's anyway. I was gonna see like TV show ratings 2025. Something like that, top 100, maybe that'll show it. But we did this at Game Theory, and I just remember it was like everything was like football, and then like one or two other things, like near the bottom, of course, not near the top, but it would be like, the State of the Union. Like, damn, we are cooked.
People like, who don't give a fuck about the State of the Union? A president talking to the country? Nobody gives a fuck about that.
I was like,
are you ready for some football?
Yeah, I'm like, that doesn't seem like a good thing for football to be all of it.
I like football too, y'all, but damn.
Yeah, it's weird because the charts I'm looking at, they're showing TV shows. Let me see, maybe TV events, maybe that'll do it. But yeah, I was like, it's so many with football that is honestly it's honestly embarrassing. Yeah, okay, here's one. Let me see if I can blow this up for us. This is on someone's Instagram that they put this, so take with a grain of salt, but it looks very similar to what we had at Game Theory. Top 100 most watched US telecast of 2025. Can you guys see this? 8 is the first one. That's the American State of the Union. That is the first thing that isn't football, is number 8. 1 through 7 are all football games. Then the next thing that isn't is 25 World Series games, 6 and 7.
Wow.
That's 25. So if you're keeping count at home, of the top 25, everything's football except State of the Union and the baseball games. Then at 40, Thanksgiving Day parade. Oh no, Trump inauguration is 40. Thanksgiving parade is 30. Biden's farewell address is 67. Everything else is just football, guys. This is crazy. Let's see. Canelo Crawford is 70. 72 is the Oscars. 87 seems to be March Madness, and Kentucky Derby's 96. And then so I'll say all that to say, no, I do not think they're gonna just get tired of it and cooler heads will prevail, and they'll be like, actually, this has gotten so bad, I won't watch football anymore.
Yeah,
we are cooked.
Yeah, and okay, that makes sense, and that explains why they're like, let's go overseas. Because I'm saying this as an American, I'm like, who the fuck the home team? Like, I understand y'all designate the home team, but like you have players flying to another country. I was like, do the people at the home games get cheated? Is it one less game for them? Like, it's to me, it's just weird, when they go overseas.
Yeah, it's a TV thing as well. People still watch those games.
That's
true.
People
like when people's. Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to start no shit. I really am not. But like, one of the reasons I don't stop watching the NFL is because I'm like, the pipe dream that enough people will stop watching and then it's just gonna move on, cease to exist. it's so ridiculous. I'm not even gonna participate in that fantasy. I get it if you're that convicted, but I'm not joining into that. I'm not in a cult one way or the other. Just like
I just wanted to be entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, and I watching it fully cognizant of how I feel about the league, America, the team owners, the players, all of that shit. But yeah, I'm not like whatever. It'll be 100 years from now, and the NFL will still be the top watch thing. Because people are gonna keep watching it, period.
True.
So I don't even know how we fucking around. I'll save the rest of the sports stuff for our Balls Deep Sports show.
But we wanted to get that out the way.
That's basically all we've really been up to the last couple of days. Wow, we're already an hour and 10 minutes. Shit,
nigga, we were doing that play-by-play of the Hornets fight.
Yeah, y'all definitely getting some AI commercials up in this bitch. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. That's what that AI commercial should have been for the Super Bowl. Was like, hey, do you just be talking on your podcast? You don't know where to put commercials?
We got you.
We can just stick them in the middle of your words, cause fuck your listeners. We don't care.
We don't care.
Sorry, everybody.
We don't care about the cadence or anything.
Get behind the paywall.
Let's get behind the paywall. You ain't got to worry about no commercials.
So I want to talk about the election stuff. What happened? Did we already talk about the racist? We talked about the racist Obama monkey thing.
You mentioned it to me, and that was about it.
I'm not gonna show it to you, but yeah,
like you brought it up, and I was like, "Oh," you was like, "You ain't heard about that?" I was like, "No."
Trying to think. Oh wait, you know what? This is kind of tangential to the Super Bowl. That Kid Rock halftime, which appeared to be pre-taped and not live, and started with the national anthem, which you had already seen if you had been watching the Super Bowl, which lets you know they was just trying to fill time. Because why are you doing the national anthem twice?
Right.
So that shit apparently got quote unquote 5 million views at halftime. And it turns out that some research was done, and it appears to be bots. Not even really 5 million people watched it.
I can see that.
Yeah,
because if you, for the average person, if you turn it on to Super Bowl, that's literally what you're gonna watch. You're not gonna change it to anywhere else.
They had streamers or people that were checking out the authenticity of the stream. And they were saying, like, for it to have 5 million people, the chat wasn't even moving. Like, people weren't typing. So, right. Real people would have typed something to be like, hey, man, this is amazing. Great. Wow. Love Kid Rock. They're not even saying shit. Just such fake motherfuckers when it comes to this shit. So,
there was no purpose or point to have it other than you just wanted to do it.
Yeah. You know what? We really haven't what was I gonna say? I'm gonna try something new, guys. I'm gonna see what y'all talking.
New shit.
See what y'all talking about in the chat room real quick. Did you see the casting call for actors for that Gavin Newsome posted for? So Gavin Newsome found a casting call for Kid Rock's thing where they must have needed actors or something. To pretend to be fans of Kid Rock and shit. That's crazy. It's yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch it because not even on some trolling shit did I want to watch it to see like how bullshit it was gonna be.
I was not interested.
The clips that people posted other places, I didn't even hit click to play on them, even though I'm sure there's no harm there. I just didn't. I am not letting them occupy my brain that much. No. I'm not curious as to what they were up to over there.
Could give a fuck.
Yeah, like if you stupid enough, brainwashed enough to want to see that shit, you're so deep in the One America News hive that you like, I got to watch these horrible halftime performers rather than Bad Bunny because I'm that racist. There's no saving you, you know. So I didn't even notice that shit, but that is crazy. Not crazy, but that is very believable. And it reminds me of the stories that you see where there's casting calls where the GOP wants to paint like black activists as dangerous and shit. And then you'll see like, look at these black people with guns standing at a protest dressed like Black Panthers. And I'm like, wow, the Black Panthers are back and they got guns and they hanging out in front of where they taking Confederate statues down. And then later through Reddit or some back channel, you find out, oh, this is a acting gig. This woman is an actor. Here's some other stuff she's done. And you're like, damn, they have to make up boogeyman.
Yep, they do.
And now they're making up supporters of their own shit. Like, look, it's so lit here. Everybody loves Kid Rock. I'm like, Kid Rock can't get people to show up at Kid Rock shows.
Right, because I've realized like over the past month, at least a few weeks, every time you turn around, people are like, I'm not touring him. I'm not touring him. I'm not touring him. And because I guess they done heard it through the grapevine that he ain't, you connect yourself with him as an issue, that people are like, nah, I'm good.
Man, how racist y'all gotta be to watch that shit and not want your money back?
Right.
Because some of y'all paid and gave to the GoFundMe to make sure they could do that. And they gave y'all Kid Rock and 3 AI country artists that I've never heard of that could have been completely fabricated. Y'all ain't like, this was trash. It wasn't even live. There wasn't a place for us to attend it. Like, that didn't bother y'all? That it wasn't like, here's where you go with your tickets so you can see it?
So they didn't even have a venue.
No.
You know what? That's probably how they was able to pre-record it, because they didn't have to worry about the audience.
And I remember when they were fundraising for that shit, like, we're going to put on our own halftime. And they took that money, gave you some out of sync bullshit. Y'all ain't even mad? You would think just fuck racist. Fuck hating my black skin. Yo, white dollars. You ain't sit back there and go, I gave $50 of this shit and I was promised a fucking halftime show. And I got Kid Rock's recital with his friends I never heard of.
And I have a question. Where could you even find it? Like, it wasn't on a regular station?
They couldn't even put it on social media broadcast for different licensing rules with the NFL. So you couldn't watch it on Twitter. You had to go to like their YouTube or something.
Oh Lord.
It wasn't on a TV show. TV station.
I'm about to say it couldn't have been, because you're right.
Just complete grifting. I'll tell y'all this, man. I'm glad I'm not bigoted or racist in that way that I could be parted from my money.
Right, ain't that true?
Because I just see fools.
Yep, and they see them too, so they just take.
Yeah, I could not. I don't know how I would respect myself if somebody saw me and was like, here's some easy money. Let me promise them a thing.
Yeah, and that turn fun. That's why they want them very dumb and uneducated and shit like this. They want loyalists, and this is the reason why they're like that, because at the end of the day, all they're doing is selling you a pipe dream that you're better than your neighbor and y'all are actually on the same boat. And they're promising you that one day you're going to be rich and one day you're going to make it, and type of thing. And the promise, to a lot of them is, I'm not them niggas over there. That's the promise at the end of the day for some of them. Because what's sad is, some of them is even poorer than the blacks that you hate.
Right.
Truth be told, in some parts of the country, you be like, oh my God, what is happening here? Y'all need some help. And they be like, we don't want no goddamn Obamacare. We'd rather die. And you be like, I guess that's some serious racism.
I did see someone said Crockett update. I'm imagining Mary's talking about Jasmine Crockett.
Okay, so
I'm assuming.
Federal judge is ordering the release of investigative
What?
materials from a sex.
Didn't mean to play this. Yeah, so Jasmine Crockett, I guess, the only news I've heard, because you're saying news, I don't know much of an update. Like I said, I haven't been following that race as closely as I'm sure people are there. But the only news that I can think of with Jasmine Crockett is there's new polls out showing she's leading. But there's been polls that were showing she was leading the whole time. There's just been a couple that showed Talrico was leading. And on social media, all the people vicariously following that race trying to create something were like, see, she's losing. She should drop out. I was like, okay. And then the other 8 polls where she's winning, like, we just gonna skip all those. Those don't count. It's been a very weird, biased examination of just the worst part of politics and the biggest rift between liberals and progressives and mainstream Democrats. This has really been illuminating of the rift, and everyone thinks they got the solution. And like, I was listening to the press box today, and they had a guy who was a former Republican who's now like a political, I don't know if he's an influence podcast guy or whatever. And he was talking about, you know, what he doesn't like about the Democrats. Because always with these, especially, it just always turns into like, let's bang on the Democrats. Yes. It just is. People can't help themselves. I don't know if it's a navel gazing thing. I don't know if they can't step back 1,000 feet and see that this is just bigger than what specific thing the Democrats did or didn't do. But it's always spoken as if there's not a willful, powerful cabal of people and a huge mass of people that are your neighbors who just see the same thing you saw and go, actually, I do want the racism.
Yep.
Actually, I do want that.
And they don't be wanting to believe
like,
that these
wasn't
people have made a conscious decision.
I didn't watch the debate with Biden and then go, oh, I'm gonna be racist. Like I like racism and stuff like that.
I like racism.
So they don't want to do that. And so I'm listening to this conversation. It's a little frustrating because it's two white people and it always turns into the same white people shit. And he's hinting heavily at being anti-DEI, anti-woke, and that the woke culture took over. And this is the backlash for Trump, which is how white people can easily explain stuff like equality.
Right.
It's like, so wait, you make it sound like the backlash is somehow reasonable. You know, oh, just because they don't check off your identity politics box. Here you go with that loaded word. What does that mean? Can you give me an example?
What does that mean?
Just tell me what it means. I just need some examples. Democrats wouldn't run people in that didn't check off every box. That's not even true.
No, that's not.
But a big part of this conversation that almost never gets mentioned is how much of it's happening online. Yes. So when it happens online, I hate to say it this way, but it's fake.
Yes.
Meaning, if you don't live in that district and you can't vote, your opinion is your opinion, but it doesn't make it what is happening on your Twitter does not make it reflective of what's happening on the ground. Agreed. So you can be like, oh, Jasmine Crockett is not going to win. She's terrible. No one wants her. And then when you go, when they do the,
I said, but you can't cast nobody's vote.
Right. And then when they do the polling of the people that live there, when they do the primary votes and if she comes in first, there's never an answer for, oh, maybe my Twitter is not reflective of the work these people are doing. Maybe it's just a bunch of people who are political nerds, but just giving opinions like sport. You know, it's like half the people thought the Super Bowl was going to go to the Patriots. Half the people thought it was going to the Seahawks.
Right.
None of us knew shit. Really. No, like we had our expectations, but anything could have happened. So anyway, I just didn't enjoy that conversation. I ended up stopping it because it's very, it is very hard for me to listen to people talk about this, and because I feel so passionately and I think I'm right, and they're allowed to think they're right, but I just can't even see a point of us having a discussion and entertaining what I think some of these points are just downright missing the entire crux of things. And telling me you're a former Republican is pretty much a no-go for me.
Same.
Because at best, you're a moderate to centrist, still kind of conservative in a bunch of areas person, at best. And maybe that's representative of mainstream America to you, but I guarantee you're going to have a whole lot of blind spots that I would think are just fucking dumb. And so it is kind of hard to listen to that shit. But anyway, all that to say, Jasmine Crockett, now that these polls have her winning, I love what she said about the Epstein files. When she said, we gonna be on his ass for Donald Trump. We have a 34 count convicted felon, and there are people that are still shielding him from any type of accountability as it relates to a child sex trafficking ring. Oh, I know why I brought it up. Sorry. You got it after this. I know why I brought it up. In this conversation, this white man, former Republican, it's like, the problem with the Democrats, they all sound like they're reading press releases. No, how many of them feel like they're really people that this is how they talk, this is what they're about? And so it's like, do you have any that you're impressed with? It was like, well, AOC, that's what I feel like she's talking what she's about. And he sounded like he kind of didn't really fuck with AOC, but he had to give her, got to be fair. And he said Gavin Newsome is literally, to me, the guy who will try anything, but in a way, you can't tell me that makes Gavin Newsom sound authentic, because if you yourself are saying he sat down with Charlie Kirk and that was just him trying something, and then he started being the sassiest nigga on Twitter and that was him trying something, then you can't turn around and say, well, he just sounds like him. No, he sounds like what he think will work today. That's fine. I'm not against that, but you can't put him in the authenticity bucket, right? But then the host, Brian, brought up Jasmine Crockett, and you could feel the guy's butthole tighten up, like, oh, not her. He's like, I guess she's the exception that proves the rule. Like, she need to read the press release. Don't let her be too Jasmine Crockett-y out here, because who wants that? Like, I want authentic Democrats, but not her, not that way. And that's the elephant in the room that we're always going to arrive to. I don't think as long as we can't say the problem for Kamala Harris is she was a black woman,
right,
without y'all losing your fucking minds, then we just gonna have this happen again. And there's a part of me that feels like Musa Diabate.
I fight everybody in this bitch.
Like, there's a part of me that's very much like, okay, well, fuck it then. I guess we just don't win until y'all break or we break. And as fucked up as America has been for black people, I think I can ride this out harder. I think I can go back to ramen noodles before you can just, before you will let a black, brown, well qualified person who means well and has the same policies you say you want, if you would just let them lead, I actually think I think you'll break before me.
I do too, because you're not built for it.
Yeah, I don't care about being your friend or making you feel good. At the end of the day, I'm actually willing to go down with the ship on this. I didn't start that way.
Nope.
But it has. If we're just doing feelings, why not? Why not me too? You see what I'm saying?
If we're just doing feelings, and did you want to say anything?
No, you got it. You got it.
To go back to what you were talking about that podcast, about the two white dudes talking.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, but you talking remind me why I don't listen to literally no political podcast right now.
I thought it when I was hit. Karen, honest to God, as I was listening, I was like, this is why I stopped listening to shit like this. And I love that podcast, for the record. That's not me.
But yeah.
Like, Brian seemed like really good, solid earth person. Joe comes on there all the time. Joel from Missouri, as Bomani calls him. Who did Slow Burn, just amazing. Like, it's Joel Anderson is dope. Like, it's not, but it's the topic, the way it is talked about.
Yes,
I have to skip it. The horse race shit where it's like, let's name the 12 best candidates for 2028. Oh, so it's still a game to y'all. Because honestly, at this point, we should be like, so whoever it is, we're fucking pushing them out, so we're not dealing with Trump. And at the end of the day, what is going to win, and the only thing that's going to win, because once again, this analysis always conveniently leaves out this very important point, because they're like, well, that's what lost when it was Hillary, and that's what lost when it was Kamala, because they don't want Democrats like that. They want this, that, and the other. Why did Joe Biden win?
Explain that.
They never have an answer. Because why Joe Biden won is the real truth. That's the only truth. That's the only thing I'm willing to admit to, that we can all get on the same page. Joe Biden won because we didn't want Trump anymore.
Yes.
He wasn't the best candidate to anybody. He wasn't anybody's number one candidate.
No, he was not.
But we had decided that whoever the fuck gets through this, we're done with Trump, so fuck it. And that's the only way out of this. That's why all these Democrats keep winning these special elections. That it's the one thing nobody's noticed. You go look at the candidates that are winning special elections. They're not all super lefty progressives. It's not just Mamdani. You know what I'm saying? They're not all checking all the ID boxes that people are talking about either. That doesn't mean they're not, but they're not. But some are, some aren't. The only commonality we have in these seats that keep flipping to Democrats is that a bunch of people who voted Republican were just like, this shit sucks right now.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck I thought I would get out of this, I'm not getting. And in addition to not getting that, I'm losing a bunch of other shit. I just kind of want out whatever y'all say, I'm willing to flip back. That's what's happening. There is no message. It's not because these candidates are otherworldly and they have such great whatever the fuck. It's none of that shit. Some of them might be stars, but a lot of this ain't about them. People just going and looking at that box and being like, do I want more of this R or not? And it's people that typically vote Republican that are flipping these elections. I haven't seen anyone talk about that. Everyone's been like, it could be this. It could be this candidate, this economic policy. It ain't the policies. Trump didn't win because of policies.
No, he didn't. He didn't have no goddamn policies. And also for me, like I was saying, I stopped listening for that reason. Like I said, and some of these shows I loved, and a lot of times it wasn't even a host. Like you said, it was the conversations that they would be having, particularly up and doing the election. What would really make me personally mad, is when shit is happening and I don't mean no harm, I'm hearing about these farmers crying who voted for Trump. Like, just me, I don't give a fuck about that. Let's actually talk about something more important than these white folks that voted for their farms to get taken away. And now I have to listen to their goddamn crocodile tears. I don't give a fuck about them white folks. Let's talk about some real issues that matter to me, some real shit that's happening out there. Y'all, and the thing is, y'all, it's a cycle. Bet if we have another election and we come up, we're gonna start streaming. They'll never talk to the black and brown and Latinos. They'll never talk to the LGBTQs. You don't ever hear about their economic anxiety. You don't ever hear you don't never hear those things. Every time we get up to the election, it be bullshit about some undecided voter who fucking is not real. Okay, they're not real, because the only time I see y'all motherfuckers is election time. So I don't think you're real. You're fucking wasting goddamn time. It's a gimmick. I feel like it's a gimmick. It is a goddamn trick to trick people all the time.
They've done research and found out some of those people that the news goes against and calls undecided. And they be like, this person voted Republican every time. So like, what's undecided about them? Other than y'all want to give them TV time to bash whoever the Democratic candidate is and go, I just don't know that I could do that.
Right. And so every time when you come up, you have them people. Then you always have the grifters that come, the third parties that come, the green parties that like to come in and like to fuck shit up, and people actually take that shit, seriously and cast their vote away. Them motherfuckers, I'm not wasting my time with them, because my thing is this: if you were serious, we're off cycle election. Where are you now? Are you running for dog catcher? Are you running for student council president? What is you running for? Nothing? Well, then don't come in my face when it's time to vote just to take people's money and run. Right. So for me, I've seen enough elections to know this is how it goes. So once we get closer, all we're going to hear about is the white people's feelings, and House now, it's going to change a little bit about they're going to consistently criticize the Democratic Party. We're going to hear a bump, particularly if Kamala is like in the lead. Like if she decides to run again and she's in the lead, we're going to consistently hear about these people that, they going to still vote for Trump or whatever the issue may be, but not her. And so for me in my brain, I was like, I cannot take this. I want to burn this motherfucker down. So I like you have to know your personality. So I was like, I don't have time with this. Let me listen to
I understand,
to something else. And also when you was talking about Jasmine Crockett and and some of the other people you were listening, my thing is this. One thing about Jasmine Crockett and one thing about a lot of old school Democrats, particularly a lot of black old school Democrats, they are consistent in their message. If they don't like Trump, they are consistent with fuck Donald Trump in various different ways. They might not say fuck Donald Trump, but you can tell in their attitude and the way that they do.
But you know what bothers me about that, Karen? What bothers me? They'll say, these like well-meaning white liberals and all this shit, they'll say that's what they want.
No, they don't.
Well, Michelle Obama was wrong. When they go low, we should go low. Why come Democrats always want to be friends? I'm tired of this bipartisan, let's get in a room bullshit. Fuck them. They the enemy. Jasmine Crockett comes out and just says it plain, like, yeah, fuck them. Well, not like that. Why she got to say that? That's not going to win. What about all the people that voted for Trump? How are we going to get them? What about the other Republicans that are also her Congress people? Like, it's like, wait a minute. So y'all say y'all want the smoke. She says, okay, bet. You like, but not in that way. Mm-hmm. I need to feel differently about how you do it. Mm-hmm. And it's not me.
Right.
It can't possibly be me.
And my
no biases that I have. It's your fault. You are bad at politics the way you do what you do.
The person that keeps winning their district, right?
Yeah, and this is not shade because I love AOC, but yeah, the traditionally attractive white passing Latina. Y'all do. There's something about her y'all like, right? Same message as Jasmine Crockett. She stands on business.
Same message.
Stands on business. But because, y'all are sharing a picture of her with her nipples hard in a white dress, somehow it just happens to reach y'all in a way that Jasmine Crockett is just not doing.
Right.
Fucking insane,
right.
man.
And also, I think for me personally, particularly when I look at Jasmine Crockett, I see me. If that makes sense.
I see it.
I see somebody that's very adamant. I see somebody that's loud. I see somebody that, will let you know how they feel. I see somebody that's not with the shits. And the thing is, if you want to fight, you need all fighters. And some fighters are gonna, be strategically and things like that. Then you're gonna have some fighters that's like, bitch, I got a sword, I'm cutting all you bitches up.
And even that strategy too, though.
Yes, yeah, it is. Like people don't think that it's strategy, but it's forms of strategy. Like you need to attack from all sides, and it goes back to what Marissa said on the email. Like we need everybody, and we need to fight in whatever these ways mean. Right. And my thing is, it don't matter if I don't like your method or not. We all on the same page,
it's just funny. Mind. Yeah, it's just funny because like these will be the same people. The thing they don't like about Hakeem Jeffries is he's not fighting enough. He's not saying he's doing all the right things, getting his people to vote the correct way, but he's not messaging the right way. So he doesn't want it a different way. He's too something. Obviously Jasmine Crockett, she's too something. Kamala Harris, she's too something. I just named 3 black people who approach politics differently, by the way. I don't think
they all don't approach it the same.
Because
right?
I'm black, maybe I see them as 3 individuals with 3 different approaches. And
agreed.
These other folks just see 3 different types of black people they don't like. And they can't put their finger on why. They're all the same to them, basically.
Yeah, they are.
So it's just interesting. And honestly, dog, if we run it back, dead ass, as the way I feel today, maybe it'll change depending on how things go. Maybe it'll change. Dead ass right now, I'm just ready to run back Kamala Harris. And if we lose, we just lose. And honestly, it'll just be our fault. And I don't give a fuck. That's just how angry I am about it. I don't want to. I mean, I know that's not practical. Maybe as the stakes get higher, if things are a certain way, maybe it's different. Maybe some things happen in a race. Maybe some new candidate comes forward. But a lot of this listlessness is just, I don't want to call it boredom, but it's something that these folks, it's like they think it's more of a game than it is. And so they kind of want like a reality TV show stakes to it. But the truth of the matter is, as of right now, if we were talking about 2028, Kamala Harris has the inside track and would probably beat anybody that we're talking about. Like the horse race of it is a thing that media people get into. Yes. But as far as name recognition, accomplishments, policies, all that stuff, she's come such a long way and done the work in a way that these other people haven't been scrutinized just yet. I think she's the best candidate as of right now. Now maybe something changes, right? And it's not that way in 2 years. But agreed. My point being, I'm so angry. Then we'll just lose this. Let's burn this bitch down then.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean? Like then we just lose, but because y'all won't do the right shit. Like we're not losing because anything. Like if my obstinance is that I refuse to say this black woman who was qualified and excellent and better than Trump is a loser, then I guess we're at a fucking impasse because I don't think she was a loser compared to his ass. And if y'all couldn't see that, I don't give a whatever y'all are interested in, I'm not.
100% agreed. And the way I agree with you now with Kamala, but that's the same way I felt about Biden. I was like, Biden the bust. Yeah. And I was adamant about that. And I was like, if we lose with him, bitch, we just lose. Yeah. And so now I'm like, I agree with you. I think Kamala should run again. Because at first I was like, I don't know if I want to go through that emotional roller coaster again. But at the same time, I'm to the point now where, similar to you, I'm so angry and I'm so upset.
Oh, I want the smoke.
That
they put their hand on my face. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it's the principle of it then. Mm-hmm. Then I guess we got to get suspended.
Right.
I guess everybody getting kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
what,
I guess.
Like, what you want me to say, dog?
We all gonna lose.
I'm not gonna tell you that anything that happened that when she ran was wrong.
Right.
She got put in a horrible position, still rose above the fray, and was excellent, and y'all still said no. So there's nothing you can say that's gonna move me off of that. It's one thing when you lose and you're like, well, that candidate kind of did fuck that one up.
Right.
That was easy and they fucked it up. But no, y'all, you wistfully pined for Obama. Y'all didn't like Obama when he was in office. And then when he got out of office, y'all was eroding his legacy and shitting on the man the whole time. Mm-hmm. And then we got double Trump, and y'all like, man, we need someone like Obama that can come in and do.
Yeah, y'all not serious.
The man y'all hated.
Right.
The man that got the most obstinate GOP. You know what? This is politics till we get mad now. I would like to move on. I don't want to do this anymore. Let's see. Marissa says, y'all think the Epstein shit will even matter? Nope. That was an easy one.
No, I don't think it would matter either.
All right, let's do something a little more fun so we can wrap this up, because that was not fun. I'm sorry to take y'all there. That was terrible.
I enjoy talking with you.
I always enjoy talking with you, Karen. That's a given, but God, that politics shit just pisses me off. All right, let me do a little bit of guess the race, and then we can wrap this thing up.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Let's guess the race, guys. You know the rules. A wife fuming over estranged husband and new boyfriend's bromance fires a gun and hits a random man.
Oh, damn.
An Ohio woman who was upset that her estranged husband and her new boyfriend were hanging out at a house party opened fire on the residents.
Not on my watch. I don't think so.
I got one rule. Maybe she thought he was in there talking shit.
All right.
Hey, why does she gotta roll the toilet paper from underneath? That's all I'm saying. Over the top. That's a totally reasonable thing to do. I kind of agree with you, low key. Pow, 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 pow.
And next thing you know, somebody hollering, it's neither one of them.
Right.
Ouch, she shot me in my ass.
She opened fire on the residents, shot a random guest who was standing on the porch. She was convicted of attempted murder and other charges related to the gun attack. I'm just saying, maybe this is why y'all broke up.
I would think so too. He was like, she got anger issues.
Right. We're going to war. She drove through the front yard, fired shots towards the house. Not a drive-by.
Oh shit!
This is at Clear Creek. This was a Clear Creek Township police sergeant that said this. They said it's a January 2024 shooting. The wife, Olivia Clendenin, was found guilty last Friday. 2 counts of felonious assault, discharging the firearm into a home, and attempted murder. Prosecutors accuse her of being upset with her estranged husband and boyfriend after she spotted them hanging out at a New Year's Eve house party. She was also at the party and left angrily before returning around 5 a.m.
Oh, damn, they were partying hard. 5 a.m. All the bars and shit is closed.
It was partying until question marks.
For real, it was lit.
Then she opened fire on the home where it was being held while driving her mother's 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, mama car impounded.
Oh, damn. Now mama can't get to work.
Right. Can I borrow your car, mama? A 29-year-old man who was standing on the porch wound up being shot in the abdomen. And so, yeah, she got convicted. She crashed her mom's Jeep after the shooting while fleeing.
And now the thing probably totaled.
Girl, let me tell you something. I normally don't give this advice for relationships. But see, you got to love you before you start threatening to kill people into loving you. You got to love yourself first, okay? All love starts from the inside and radiates out, okay? Clinton, so you crashed the Jeep. She struck a guardrail or utility pole while
Damn.
going around a curve. She
A
probably was
trifecta.
drunk. I wonder if she was drunk. They
She
didn't have any
probably
charges.
had to be.
So all right, guess the race of Olivia Clendenin.
I'm going black.
Karen's going black. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe for Olivia Clendenin's race. Grudge holding black, angry negress, never mix old business with new business, white, says Cass always. The correct answer is, I don't think I see any other guesses, so the correct answer is Karen said black. Most of the audience says black, and most of y'all got it wrong. She's white.
Oh. Acting like that?
Wow, you just made it more racist for no reason. Only black women act like that? Wow, I thought you was a Jasmine Crockett supporter. And some of y'all got it right. One person got it right, so you get the golf clap. Now, what was so black about this, Karen?
Old boyfriend with new boyfriend. I felt like it.
Because the whites don't do that. Only black. What?
I told you racism is irrational.
It is irrational.
I felt like I could just see her coming in shooting sideways. A rando get a bullet for no goddamn reason.
Okay. School superintendent charged $2,600 chicken dinner to work credit card.
$2,600 chicken dinner. Goddamn, who you trying to feed? The whole community?
Winner chicken dinner is what they say. The company credit card is wild when you think about a school superintendent.
That's definitely being monitored.
Like a school superintendent seems like that should never happen. But apparently it happened.
Somebody did some audit. They was like, we gonna need a receipt on this, big boy, and we need to know why this was purchased.
Right. Let me see if I can play the news article for it. You guys should be able to hear it when I turn the volume up.
The former DeKalb County school superintendent spent more than $120,000 on his district purchase card in just 2 years.
Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is live outside.
Is what?
The screen didn't move.
I'm not going to. Why would I show you? It's Guess the Race.
I
just need y'all to hear it.
Okay, I'm with you.
District headquarters. And Taisha, it took weeks of filing open records requests to get these documents.
Listen, I called and I emailed the district several times. I even walked through these doors to ask for the documents in person, but it wasn't until we got our station attorney involved that's when I finally got my request fulfilled.
Not the station attorney.
I've never heard of these kind of expenditures with any other superintendent in DeKalb County Schools before.
Senator Emmanuel Jones represents the area the DeKalb County School District sits in. He told me he's always questioned why these 4 current school board members voted to hire Dr. Devon Horton 2 years ago. Jones says Dr. Horton was never one of the top candidates in the nationwide search.
Certainly a clique or a group of members on the school board who have tried to protect things that they knew about him early on.
Dr. Horton is currently under federal indictment, accused of stealing money from his last school district in Illinois. That's what led Channel 2 Action News to request Horton's DeKalb County District P cards. According to the documents, during one visit to Sam's Club, Dr. Horton spent $11,000. He racked up
How?
In Sam's Club, as we buy student supplies. The fuck is this?
$8,700 on one check at Jason's Deli, and one
Jason's Deli. Well, you're keeping Jason's Deli in business,
right? I know that was like, thank you, sir.
They need to call that Mr. Horton's Deli if you spend that much money there.
Visit to the Italian restaurant Bambinelli's, that cost the district $4,500. Another meal at the same restaurant, $3,100. And there's more. He spent $3,100 on a trip to Honey Baked Ham and $2,600 at Chick-fil-A on a single charge.
Damn.
Honest to God.
They love to see him coming. They was like, oh, we got a good sale today.
I did not know you could spend that much money in those places. I didn't even know they had the apparatus to make that much food for one person or to serve it.
A lot of that shit you probably have to do in advance. You have
Dr. Devon Horton spent more than $120,000 in 2 years as superintendent, and he didn't need board approval.
What was the board thinking at the time? How did they let this go on for so long without any kind of accountability? I mean, we knew of the issues that he was having. That was plain to everybody, and you would think they would put some kind of controls in place, considering how contentious his the process had been on bringing him on board.
I emailed all 4 current board members who hired Dr. Devon Horton. I asked them about his spending. They never responded. I did get a statement from the district spokesperson that says, "We remain committed to transparency, fiscal responsibility, and the appropriate stewardship of public funds."
Why was he getting...
Come on, man.
There's no way a superintendent can just make, because they have like limits. I've kind of worked with this before. Like they be like, look, after it's so much, somebody else, like each time somebody else has to approve it.
Yeah.
Like, so even for him, you make a certain purchase, then needs to go to a school board, an attorney, so they can be like yay or nay.
And he was busted stealing money supposedly from his last district.
That's why this man talking right now is pissed because he shouldn't have got the job in the first place.
Whoa.
Right.
given this kind of carte blanche to spend the county's resources, school system resources? To me, that's a deeper question that we need to ask.
All right, Karen, guess the race of Dr. Devon Horton.
Devon Horton, I'm going black. I mean, he was chicken, he was Italian, went to the Sam's Club, he was all over town. No people probably happy to see him coming.
Yeah, so you saying black?
Mm-hmm.
Let's check the chat room, see what they believe Dr. Devon Horton is. That's some kind of scam to get the cash. No, a brother was eating a lot of chicken and ham.
Yeah, they was.
Side hustle, black, studying above his tax bracket, black, white, institutional graft allowed. The correct answer is everyone with black except Juan Gangi, who said white. And everyone, you got it correct. He's black. Not a lot of white Devons. Of course, some people missed it.
Oh, that brother did that. And that bow tie.
Listen, I don't know what it is about a bow tie. It's not fair. If Randolph Terrence wears a bow tie, I trust him with my life. But
right, but did right here.
Something about that bow tie, I'll be like, he scammed them people. I don't even know why. That must have been the arrest.
He just looked like a grifter. And also the thing is, the person that was doing the bulk of the talking, I don't blame them for being mad, because I guarantee you he was one of the few people that was like, y'all shouldn't get him. He's not a top candidate. He already scammed where he was from. Okay, you hire him, but then you have no checks and balances. So now I'm trying to find the people that voted him in now are going to have to be held accountable for the money that he stole from. They probably not going to get that money back.
Right. But yeah, whew, my goodness.
Right.
All right, final round, Karen. You're 1-1.
Yes, I am.
But it's time to get a little more racist.
Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the points. Triple the race. Triple the points. 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 Triple the race. Triple the race. Triple the race.
All right. Where are we gonna go for the last one? Let's go to Walmart. Okay. Oh no. Let's do this college student. A college student asked 3 people to kill his neighbor for $500.
That's all?
Life is cheap, Karen.
Apparently, I'm not.
First of all, of course you don't think that's a lot. You don't think $7. You think $7 M&Ms is $3. You don't care. You don't know the price of anything. $500 might be the going rate for killing people. I don't know.
I don't think that's. I think it's a little bit. Movies have taught me that it's a little. Movies have taught me that you need to be giving me enough money where I can get a facial reconstruction where I'll never be found again to get my fingerprints lifted. If not, why is we killing folks?
How much can a banana cost anyway? $10. A Colorado college student has been arrested after police say he tried to have his dorm mate killed. Jackson T. Keller, 19, posted $50,000 bail after he was booked into La Plata County Jail on January 29th. So he had the money for bail. Even if it's 10%, that's $5,000. You might not even be in jail if you started at $5,000 instead of $500.
Right? You were too low.
He was charged with solicitation to commit first-degree murder. They said in the press release that the Colorado Bureau of Investigation worked with the Fort Lewis College Police Department at the allegations that Keller was plotting to have a fellow student killed. He allegedly attempted to persuade 2 separate parties to commit the murder of a fellow student in exchange for a cash payment. According to an arrest affidavit obtained by the Durango Herald, a local news outlet, one of the parties that Keller agreed to try to have carry out the act, fellow student Kobe McGill, notified the police after he was approached.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Yeah, for $500, I feel like I gotta tell. McGill told police that Keller and his alleged target were once on friendly terms, but their relationship had soured. So then, of course, you gotta have him killed. I mean, there's no other.
There's no other.
What happened to blocking?
I can't move to another dorm. Like what's you know?
What happened to blocking and muting? Keller and the student he allegedly targeted were teammates who played with the college football team and lived in a dorm room that shared a bathroom. Oh, that is the worst. He probably wouldn't clean up the bathroom. McGill told police that the alleged target had started locking his door to keep Keller out of his room. On the night of January 28th, McGill was with the teammate in his room when Keller tried to enter the room. After McGill and the student went to confront Keller, an argument ensued, and the student knocked over Keller's TV onto his video game console. There was no damage, but Keller challenged the student to a fight. The student said he went to the hallway to have it out with Keller, but the latter stayed in his room. So Keller didn't really want the smoke of fighting him, the fair one, but he was like, I can't hire people to murder him for $500.
Right. I want to get my ass whooped, but I have somebody kill you.
McGill told police that Keller was holding onto a pair of scissors as the student left the room and allegedly said he would stab anyone who came into his room to try and hurt him. After the altercation, Keller allegedly asked McGill if he would be willing to kill the student, asking if he could put a hat on him for $500. Do you mean put a hit on him, or is that like some slang term? McGill told police he refused, but then Keller told him never mind and that he knew someone else he could ask. According to the affidavit, McGill was present when Keller received a FaceTime call from 3 men from Colorado Springs who had firearms. McGill told police he watched as Keller asked the men if they would put a hat on the student for $500. After they agreed, McGill told police he saw Keller complete the transaction on Cash App. Oh, he was serious. McGill quickly told the student that he had allegedly just witnessed what he had witnessed, and both students notified school officials. Man, he's lucky that dude was like that. I mean, because
some people might not have said anything.
If you wouldn't have said nothing, you probably were going to end up on some accessory after the fact shit, because this don't sound like the most cleverest crime. And then two, like, just as a bad person, that would have been on your conscience if that dude got killed. When police questioned Keller, he denied the alleged plot and said authorities could take his phone after he spoke to his father. Police said that while Keller was in the interview room, cameras caught him quickly moving through apps on his phone. As he spoke to his father, Keller's father told his son to stop talking till they got an attorney. Keller was charged with solicitation to commit first-degree murder, unlawful possession of a weapon on college grounds. He posted $50,000 bail and was released from La Plata County Jail. His next court date is February 23rd. There's a mandatory protective order filed against him. He can't make contact with the student or go anywhere near him. Karen guessed the race of Mr. Jackson T. Keller.
I'm gonna go white.
All right. Let's see what the chat room believes Keller the killer is. Sloppy murder plot, white. Deleting stuff in the interrogation room. That's not a race. White says Trey. White trying to execute TV plots on campus, college campus. White nonsense. Cracked. White boy. First 36 white. Yeah, he ain't making the first 48. The correct answer is, everyone said the same thing. White. You're right. I don't know what's up with his hair.
Ooh, he did that shit. He looked like he got straight up out the bed and cashed out them people.
He's like, I don't got time to put mousse in my hair. I just got to get straight
trying to slick it down or nothing.
I got to get on this murder plot immediately.
Right. He rubbed his head in that pillow and was like, let's go. Static and all.
Sword ratchetness. New York man allegedly threatened to kill other man with a sword.
Oh, damn.
A New York man residing in Altoona was taken into custody after threatening to kill another man with a sword when he was told to leave the residence. Jorge Luis Rodriguez, have mercy, 45, can't even guess the race, guys. It was a rain Wednesday.
Was he just with Bad Bunny on Super Bowl?
He got married at Super Bowl. It's crazy. It was arraigned Wednesday by Magisterial District Judge Andrew L. Blattenberger on single misdemeanor counts of simple assault and making terroristic threats. He was remanded to the Blair County Prison in lieu of $100,000 bail. Altoona police were dispatched around 9:23 p.m. Tuesday to a residence along the 300 block of Cherry Avenue for a report of a physical domestic. Okay. Officers could hear Rodriguez and the victim yelling at each other outside from the inside of the building. When officers knocked on the door, Rodriguez ran out the house and told officers, "I'm the victim, look at my face." The victim told officers that her son was upstairs while she was arguing with Rodriguez and heard the fight. Her son came downstairs to find out what was going on, and he and the victim told Rodriguez he needed to leave, but Rodriguez refused. So he wouldn't leave. He had the sword. Okay. Rodriguez then went upstairs before returning with the victim's gun. The victim and her son managed to take the gun from Rodriguez, who then grabbed a sword from the home's dining room. He pointed the sword at the victim's son and said, "I'm going to kill you." Rodriguez then threw the sword before starting to record on his phone. Boy, this is a lot of chaos in this house.
Yes, it is.
Break up. Officers interviewed.
Ain't that the truth?
Officers interviewed Rodriguez and reported his statements as being vague, short, and inconsistent. When they viewed his recording, they saw it corroborated the victim's version of events. So he thought he was giving them evidence against them, and it was evidence against himself. It's like, I'm the victim here. Here, look at my tape. I kill you. I got a sword. See?
That's you, sir.
That's what they be making me do up in here. Oh, I gotta get the right to remain silent. Okay. Rodriguez is scheduled for a preliminary hearing February 18th. All right, y'all, that's it. This is a long one, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and we won't be doing another one until Saturday.
Nope, because we got another game tomorrow.
Yeah, so who knows who all gonna be there.
Child, I don't know. They probably make the announcement soon, because I think we're gonna have a few players that's gonna be out, and they probably come back after All-Star weekend.
Yep. All right, y'all. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too. Mwah.
Bye, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Peace.